Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello and welcome home. Thank you for joining us on episode 243 of Welcome Home, a Disney Parks and Vacation Club podcast. I'm Tom. I'm here with Trevor and Damon. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyone that ever said that I was not invested, like, now I'm like doubly invested.
What, like you're doing your Golden Button show? Is that?
Yes, and this. Like, in a week, I'm doing both.
Well,
like,
yes.
Stars aligned.
The stars aligned. Well, yeah. And so, just a little backstory for what happened last week. So, first of all, I'm coming to you from Florida. So I've spent the entire day today driving to Florida, which was not bad, actually. I was pleasantly surprised. It was a pretty straightforward, easy trip. So,
and I'm going to be in Charlotte tomorrow.
Are you really?
I'll be at the game tomorrow.
That's
and I'm going to be in Canada.
Just because we're all going to be in Canada. Yeah, just so everyone knows where Trevor is.
I'm still in Canada.
Yeah. So
hold on, Tom. I'm sorry. I have to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
Say decal. How do you say decal?
Decal.
Do you say decal?
Trevor?
I thought a decal and a decal are different things in my head.
Yeah, and not based on that show I'm watching. Corner Gas. They all say decal, and I'm like, what is a decal?
Well, like a sticker.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I was just going
to.
I was just going to explain what happened. So,
yep.
I'm making sure that we do the show this week, so just so everybody knows what's coming up, right? So we're doing the show this week. This is going to be the Monday before Thanksgiving. We're not going to do a show after Thanksgiving. We wanted to make sure we did a show this week because I was out last week, so I had a death in the family. I had to go take care of that. So we just couldn't. Trevor and Damon's schedules conflicted. So usually we can pull it off.
We tried. It didn't work.
Yeah. Usually we can pull it off if two of us can make it happen. But with me out and Damon and Trevor couldn't match up their schedules. So we're just like, well,
at least we golden buttoned. I mean, we had Thursday.
We did. Yeah. We did have that. So I'm over here doing podcasting on my laptop with the original mic that we started the podcast with.
It still sounds better than me. I just don't understand. Like when I record now and I started to listen to a few of them, I don't understand why my room is so terrible.
I feel like your room is just echoey. I don't know. It's like, I feel like you need that egg crate. Yeah. Yeah.
But why? I don't understand. Like, it's small. It's filled with a ton of stuff.
I mean, I think you sound a lot better than you used to. I think you sound pretty good.
Yeah, I guess, but not as good as you guys sound like, and you're probably recording in the worst rooms than I feel like I'm in.
I'm in a small bedroom.
Yeah, I'm in a bedroom.
So, but I'm literally in a Harry Potter underneath the stairs size room. This is my office, which is specifically made small, right? And I have stuff on the walls. You know what I mean? I could see if it was but I have stuff on the walls. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you sound pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Better than you used to. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Yes,
way better than you used to.
The mic improvements have helped for sure.
Yeah. So I have to talk really quickly just about my surprise trip on Monday, right? So my sister and her husband and my brother-in-law tried to buy tickets to go with us on Monday and found out that it was sold out. So they are at capacity on Monday when I'm going, which I don't know if I've ever been there for an at capacity day. Now, given capacity is different now than what it used to be, right? But I'm just
but it's going to be busy.
It's going to be rough, right? And I was able to score though after stalking. And I'm sure everyone does this, but I feel like there's no better feeling than getting that dining reservation that you really want to get. And you just keep checking the app, you keep refreshing, for a week, and then a time pops up and then boom, you got it, right? It's just, and so that's what actually happened is I was, trying to get Crystal Palace because my daughter, loves Winnie the Pooh and all that. And so, I was able to score that, even though that's a sold out day, I was able to get that reservation, which I was very pumped for. So,
did you have the adrenaline spike when you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I felt good about it.
Yeah, when you first see it and it like you kind of flinch for a second.
Oh my gosh, it's there.
And then you start like going through and booking it, and you're like, please don't fail, right? Like,
please don't fail, or say this reservation's no longer available or something.
Yeah.
You know, no, I got it though. It's when you get that confirmation, it makes you really happy. So, so like literally, my mom lives an hour and a half from where I'm staying with my mom. She lives an hour and a half away from Disney, so they open at 8:00 that day. And I'm like, listen, if it's going to be this busy, we got a rope drop, man. Like, we got to be there. And, not only that, we're parking, so we got to park and then go to the TTC and then, take the boat over. So like, we need even more time.
So I'm like, up at like 5.
Yeah. Well, we're leaving here at 6. We're going to leave here at 6 is the plan. Yeah. Which is crazy. Given my daughter, wakes up at 5:00, 5:30 in the morning and wakes us up anyway. So it's not really that big of a stretch for us, but anyway, so that's what's going on with me. That's where I'm at right now. So if anybody happens to be in Magic Kingdom on Monday, come find me. I do have a couple hats with me. Actually, I have a couple of the new hats with me, so I did bring some merch and some pins actually too.
There's some incentive.
There's some incentive, yeah.
To brave, definitely an incentive for sure.
Yeah.
To brave the park, yeah.
Yeah. So come find me. I'm also going to be at Legoland on Friday. So
I'm excited for you for Legoland,
dude. I'm actually really pumped for Legoland. I don't know why I'm so pumped for it. I just really am.
It's just a lot of fun, and like I said, you're doing it at a time that's perfect for your daughter. I think
exactly.
I want to go back. I want to go back and no one wants to go. Like, nobody wants to go. And I'm like, I still want to go back. And they're like, no. I feel like Legoland, unfortunately, just has a very small window.
Yeah.
And you're hitting it right, which is good.
Yeah.
But it definitely has a small window. But in 2024, I think there's a lot of new stuff coming to Legoland. I think an aquarium and all sorts of cool stuff. So
nice.
I don't know if you can sneak in another one in the next 3 years. I think you'd be okay.
Yeah. Well, I think they even say on their website, it's like the park is designed for 2 to 12 basically. So there's your window, right?
12 is a tough pull. I know they do have, I know they do have some rides that are a little bit more thrill like, but I feel like you're really in that 4 to 10 is a good window, in terms of and then outside of that it gets a little skewed, but I think 4 to 10 is perfect. But even younger is fine, but I just think after 10, I don't know, it drops off a little bit.
Yeah, no way my kid would have gone when he was 12.
Yeah, no, I totally see that. Yeah. I love Legos still now. I've talked about my love for Legos. Yeah. I love Legos. That's never a thing that would, leave me. So
now I heard that they don't, or I thought I heard something about Legoland that they don't let just
Correct.
Adults go there.
Correct.
Yeah, you have to have kids with you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Which, I get, but it's still kind of funny.
The way that Disney should be too. Oh, God.
Well, okay.
Wow.
Whatever. But
it really should be. But God,
I just find it funny. I find it funny, though, that there is such a huge, adult demographic for Lego. Okay. And, Legoland's no, you can't come.
You can't come here. Yeah. You can't. It's Carbon Land. You can't come to this park. Just makes me want to go more. But exactly. Now I have a kid, so I can do that, right? But yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it, man. I honestly, I looked at a bunch of the rides. I watched a YouTube video of all the rides at Legoland. Mm-hmm. Just all.
My favorite thing I think was the license place where you can drive the car and get the fake Lego license. That was the.
Oh, I gotta do that. Yeah, I gotta do that.
Was the most fun.
I saw they have a Soarin' ripoff kind of thing. They've got a couple of really cool coasters. Some shooting ones. It looks like there's some cool water ones. So I'm excited to check everything out. It's still hot down here. Even though it's wintertime, it's it was 80 degrees today in Florida, so it doesn't cool down here. I guess at night it does a little bit, but anyway. So yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about before we get into things? I would obviously like to keep this episode on the shorter side tonight, just because I'm literally holding the microphone in front of my face. But
I think it will be.
Yeah, no, for sure. So first things first, some DVC news. DVC members can save 25% at Shop Disney for the holidays. I always like when we have discounts like this, right? Obviously, there's a blue card benefit, right?
I heard though that people have been kind of a little upset with some of the Shop Disney stuff because it's not shipping, and then their
Really?
orders are getting canceled at like last minute. Or I saw a post about somebody they were ordering that they ordered two of something and then they got one, and then like 2 weeks later, like the
The other
second one
one
was
came.
canceled. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I've seen multiple posts, so I have no idea because I haven't ordered anything myself, but it made me a little wary. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. So I have a couple of things about.
Oh, wait,
Shop Disney.
I already know where you're going with this,
Yeah.
Trevor.
So first of all, I have actually been in that boat where they've messed up an order, and I've had two different things happen. One, like what you said, they didn't send everything they were supposed to, and they were actually really good about. They were just like, "Yeah, we've reprocessed it, sent us the replacement thing, and it was fine." The other thing we had happen was we actually got somebody else's order once, which was hilarious because I ordered some stuff. This was a couple years ago. I ordered some stuff for Christmas, and I got the box, and it was full of dresses for little girls, which I was like, this is not
the right thing.
This is not anything that we need in this house. But I put it back to them, and they're like, oh yeah, sorry. Again, they sent out the right stuff, and then they said, just do whatever you want with the merchandise. You don't have to send it back. So I actually ended up giving it to my brother because he does have two daughters, and they ended up loving it. So, that worked out. So they were good about that. Like the whole like messing up of stuff. Disney is pretty good about fixing it. So,
Yeah.
So I will vouch for that part, Damon. The part that I don't like about Shop Disney right now is that they've basically killed any kind of international traffic on that site, I feel, because shipping basically doubles the price of whatever it is you're buying, and then you get dollar conversion, like Canada to US dollar is not great right now. It gets very expensive very quick, and they don't seem to want to entertain at all the idea of people buying stuff internationally, which is even worse because of the fact that they've also closed all the Disney stores. Because previously it was like I didn't have to go to Shop Disney; I could go to the Disney store and shop for stuff. And Disney's kind of made it very difficult for international shoppers to make use of this. Which, great that they're offering a 25% discount for Blue Card members. That basically gets me to I'm paying 1.5 times as much as everybody else. Jeez. For merchandise, which I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with Shop Disney right now.
I understand that. I don't blame you for that. I mean, I'm definitely going to check some stuff out for sure. I mean, but I honestly haven't ordered anything from there in quite a while, so I'm not really sure. But I mean, I like any sort of extra discount. And by the way, this is only from November 16th to 22nd. So if you're hearing us talk right now, you only got like another 2 days basically get this to utilize this. So
you really want to do it. But make sure the shipping doesn't kill you. That's the part that gets me, is that I wish, like, there's so many places that, like, international places that I deal with, that it's either like shipping is like $10, or they'll even do free shipping if you get over a certain amount that you ordered. Disney is just like, no, you're paying exorbitant shipping for anything international.
They do like free shipping in the US though sometimes.
Yeah, but they don't do it international.
It's just not international. Just not international. Okay.
Yeah. Don't like.
Well, that stinks. Well, speaking of discounts, they're also going to be giving a pretty decent sized discount on after hours tickets, which Trevor. Yeah, this is great. I actually thought of you, Trevor, because I was like, this is after hours is happening while you're there, and they're giving a $30 discount to DVC members. That's pretty significant.
I already bought my tickets.
Oh no.
No, I mean, I bought tickets to after hours.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
With the discount. I thought you were saying you bought them before the discount came out, and now no, okay.
No. You're right to think about me, because we saw this come up and we talked about it, and we're like, yeah, we can do an after hours. So I am doing an after hours event in February.
Yeah, you save like $100. I mean, that's pretty great. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, $30 a pop. I mean, that's really one of the better discounts I feel like I've seen. On events like that. So, which one are you doing though, Trevor? Are you doing in Magic Kingdom, Epcot?
Yeah, we are doing a Magic Kingdom. So we actually kind of went back and forth on it a little bit, because we were debating between Epcot and Magic Kingdom. The thing that made us not go with Epcot is because Epcot is too spread out. because you've got 3 hours there. You want to do to get your most bang for your buck out of an after hours event. You want to go and hit all the rides and stuff, right? And there's just way more rides in a condensed space in Magic. Like if you look at the amount of rides in Magic Kingdom versus Epcot, there is a lot more to do. And we figured we'll take that as an opportunity to really get our fix for Tron, because
that makes sense. Yeah.
Why not? Right. So,
yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah. No, I immediately thought of you when I saw this come out. I was like, ooh, this is good for Trevor right here.
Yep. Yeah. This one we took advantage of as soon as I saw that.
What were you saying though, Damon? You like this? That you just like that they did this, or you?
Yeah. No. I definitely just like that they've done this.
Yeah. This is nice. This is nice.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we don't have to talk too much about these things. I wanted to bring up the International Festival of the Arts.
Farts, as it's
farts,
called.
as I always call it. Yes, I always call it farts because it is. It's the Farts Festival. So dates on this are January 12th through 19th, through February 19th. Definitely the shortest festival, which is funny to me. It's like such a quick festival, but I mean,
I think it's good that way.
Yeah, well, because Food and Wine now is like for 6 months, right?
Yeah,
so it's
it kind of makes it a little more special, right? Like
it's
not running half the year.
Yeah, exactly. And so they've kind of announced like some of the stuff that's going to be happening, some of the events, and one of them is they're doing they're having like Broadway stars come and do like 3 shows a day.
Yeah, and they're all like overlapping. It looks.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is pretty cool. So like they have 2 of the people from Frozen. They have Little Mermaid and Mary Poppins, Beauty and the Beast. I mean, Lion King. So like they have all these people that are that are pretty big on Broadway, and then they have them doing these shows 3 times a day. I guess I'm just assuming they're going to be doing like songs from the shows. I'm assuming it doesn't really say, right?
I mean, I feel like because they're calling out the specific shows that they're involved in, that I would assume that you're going to hear songs from those shows. But the dates that I'm there, it looks like it's going to be Ada is. I don't know what Broadway show Ada is. I don't watch a lot of Broadway, gonna admit.
Yeah.
But then Aladdin and Tarzan as well.
Okay.
So
okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I forgot that you're going to be there during farts.
Mm-hmm. We actually enjoy it a lot. It's a
great festival.
It's a good festival. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very underrated festival, I feel like. I do have to say, and I know I'm not going to talk about, there's 2 food items on here. I'm not going to talk about the 2 food items. I just wanted to talk about the this like really cool picture that they have here. And I don't even see it really explained. Is this just a magic shot that they have of you with a paintbrush in your hand and it looks like you're painting Mickey ears in the sky?
Maybe.
It looks almost like smoke.
It's kind of cool though. I feel like it's a magic shot though, isn't it? I mean,
you're holding the paintbrush though, right?
Yeah. It says you can also create your own works of art with Disney PhotoPass service, including 1 limited time magic shots created for this colorful celebration. But I mean, I doubt you're like drawing that in the air, are you?
I don't think you are, but I think you're holding the brush.
You're definitely holding it, yeah. But it'd be kind of cool if you could like draw your own thing, although it'd probably be terrible.
No.
That would get out of hand real fast.
Yeah, you know a very inappropriate picture would appear on the internet at some
immediately.
Point.
Like it'd be like the second picture that got taken that day, like when they launched, right? Like I know it just says like create your own picture though, so like it makes me think that they're
you are creating your own picture because you're the people in the picture.
You're the people in the picture, yeah, I get it.
I'm just looking at this art stuff, this merch stuff.
This is some interesting stuff. Merch, yeah.
The paintbrush cup, is it like an actual paintbrush cup, or is it like a coffee mug that they're calling a paintbrush cup?
Kind of looks like a coffee mug, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, dude, as a paintbrush cup, I mean, that would be awesome, though.
But are they playing up the idea that like a lot of people that will paint will you just use like any random mug as a paintbrush cup?
I mean, that's what happens in our house, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that what they're doing there? I don't know.
Maybe. I mean,
maybe.
I don't know how I feel about like the shirts. Like,
They're interesting, that's for sure.
They're a little bland for
Really?
being an art. Like,
Yeah, they are. They're bland and busy. Which
I thought I thought they were kind of loud. I guess busy's probably a better word for it.
Well, I mean, the color for Figment and it that pops, but then the rest of it is just like these gray shapes. So yeah. It's busy, but it seems a little bland, honestly.
I'm on board with that.
I also didn't put this on the list, by the way, but speaking of Figment, did you guys see like the little thing that they did the other day where they had
clip?
They had somebody dressed as Figment. I mean, they had Figment. They had
a friend of Figment.
Yes, that's right. They had Figment go into Imagineering with a book that said like Book of Ideas on it or whatever. I don't know. That feels like
a hint.
It does, right? Like they're not just doing that.
I just don't know if I want a Figment anything. Like I want it and I don't.
Do you feel like there's a monkey's paw wish there? Like,
yeah, I mean, because
I want a Figment show, and then it turns out to like
be garbage.
What you wanted,
be terrible.
Well, and not only will it be garbage, but then Figment. I think for me, it's more about Figment ride getting just overrun by new nonsense. That's the fear for me.
In not a good way, is what you mean.
In not a good way. It can never be good because it's perfect.
It's perfect now?
Yes.
Wow, that's a hot take right there.
I love like Figment.
Lots of people hate that ride.
Why though?
I like it. I mean, the original version was better, but I mean, we go on it every time we go. I mean, I love Figment.
Us too. So. Yeah. I mean, it needs a little bit of a kick into like the current decade is all.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, you're right, Damon. It's I agree with you that if they went and did something with like a show and then it completely gutted the ride to like align with the show, I would hate that. But if they improved the ride, but kept it fundamentally the same, that would be okay.
Yeah, Figment's a good character, and a good character can have a story. But can Figment hold a show? I don't know. Figment might be able to hold a movie, but I don't know about a series. And I will say, I've just not been like totally in love with really too much of the new Disney animated series that are, probably catering to the correct audience, but in terms of having an actual storyline, are just very like SpongeBob-y. Right?
A lot of the recent shows have kind of fallen flat. I agree.
And I'm worried that doing a Figment show may fall along those same lines. Now, I think that there's been some great ideas for shows. I just not really about them. Like the Ghost and Molly McGee sounds like, oh my goodness, this sounds like it's going to be great. I don't know. If you turn Figment into a non-serialized sort of show, I'm not on board. I'm really not. And I feel like the ride is the epitome of a non-serialized show, right? So what are we going to get? I don't know.
Well, see,
I'm nervous about this.
I took the whole thing as, he's walking into Imagineering, right? So I took it as doing, rides, something, a new ride is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, but that they never just keep it to they try to capitalize as much as they can on this stuff, right? It's just a ride.
What if Figment can bring back the kids from Dungeons and Dragons cartoon?
Wow,
then I'm on board.
That would actually be amazing if they did like a callback to Dungeons and Dragons.
Then sign me up. Then I'm in.
I feel like most people would be in though if they if their idea of redoing Figment was just to make it the original ride, to go back to the original ride with new effects and
All right, maybe, but let me get deep for a second, right? So we're in this sort of transition phase, right, which has kind of skipped our generation, and what we have is now kids with phones and this and that and all that, right? So the attention span goes way down, right? So you're trying to then make shows that cater to kids that have shorter attention spans, and it just doesn't hit the same way for people that are a little bit older that want to watch, right? So while maybe not the target audience, I can tell you that, the new DuckTales, right, which I thought was good, was, loved by kids and adults. And I think that this would be a show that would like, not that I'm hating on SpongeBob because it's popular, right? But it definitely is a shorter attention span sort of show. And I think that I don't want a SpongeBob Figment. And I'm nervous about that. So that's where I would run into a problem. And I think then that distorts the whole ride again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess your worry would be if they did a Figment series, right? Does it do the same thing that like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway did, right? Where it's the ride ends up being based on the show, right? Where it's the same style. It's
and I don't love that style either.
You don't love the style, but you did like the ride, though. You like
the ride.
Yeah.
But then it's stuck to whatever that thing was, right? I think I know what you're saying, Dave. Is the problem is that the ride is kind of timeless at the moment. Even though it's outdated, it's not latched to anything. It's just Figment. Mm-hmm. And if they made a show, then it's like, oh, this is the ride about the show, right? And it kind of it takes away from the ride itself.
Yeah.
I'm saying let's just
I get you
show.
there.
Let's just make a new ride. Let's just take the ride back to what it originally was. Put the Dreamfinder back in there.
Yeah, we need Dreamfinder. Actually, I feel like if there was a show, it couldn't just be Figment. I feel like their Dreamfinder has to be in there.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. I totally agree. Yeah.
But Disney, I could see somebody being like, no, it's just going to be, some goofy Figment cartoon. And to Damon's point, then it's just like, I can't watch this for more than 10 minutes.
See, I feel like I'm just getting the vibe that Imagineering, especially, and with Epcot especially, is on very much of a nostalgia kick, right? Mm-hmm. Where they're like trying to bring the old stuff back to Epcot, where like they're going to redo Test Track and the image of World of Motion. They're just trying to do some of these older things that like to bring back the.
True.
So I just wonder if like that's the way they go. They're just like, hey, we're just going to restore the original Figment ride. I mean, like,
yeah, but remember, then we also had the Mickey and Minnie, right? The new shorts that do extremely well. That are definitely not in the same vein as the old stuff.
Yeah, but they don't need to be held to that same thing. I mean, they can do whatever they want, right?
I don't know, but they, again, when you see something that works,
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, I just thought that whole little thing they put out was really interesting with Figment walking into Imagineering with a quote book of ideas. It's like, why I feel like they wouldn't put that out there unless there was really something that's going to happen.
It's not just lip service to the fans, right?
Yeah. Right. Like, oh, it's just a fun video. Like, is it though? Like, I don't think it is. Like, it feels too specific. I don't know. I guess we'll find out sometime soon here. So I put this other thing on here too because I thought this was cool. This is very much in the vein of I feel like Grogu at Hollywood Studios and also just Galaxy's Edge, I guess in general, right? So over at the New World of Frozen at Hong Kong Disneyland, they have an interactive troll that they just kind of have like sitting in a basket. It's just like a little animatronic
baby
troll.
troll.
That, like, yeah, it's a baby troll. It's pretty cool.
It is.
It does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right,
did you watch the video of it? Because it is impressive.
Yeah. It is impressive. And we all know, right, that we're Frozen 3 and 4 already coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that this makes a lot of sense in terms of moving forward. Why not?
I guess its name is Mossy.
Yeah, Mossy. Yeah.
I would love to see this more than more Star Wars stuff. I mean, I was just gonna terrible, man, but
I was just going to ask though, like, what else would you like to see be given this treatment, right? Like, so like, I'm glad they're doing this kind of stuff again, right? Like we saw a couple weeks ago, we saw them do the droid test at Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. It seems like they're bringing some of that stuff back.
Small animatronic stuff. You're asking what else would you like to see?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to actually see that with Figment. I could see like a handheld Figment. I mean, it's kind of weird to me that you meet Figment and he's full size. Yeah, like it's weird, right? So,
yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I just assume that you're always going to say gummy bears, Damon. So
yeah, but they're not like made for like. It's got to be something that's kind of made for that. Like Groot's made for that. Things like that. Gummy bears aren't made for that, and they also have the big ones of those anyway. Same thing as Figment, right? There's big ones that already exist.
What about like if like walking around Pandora, if somebody had one of those, they have those shoulder banshee toys that you can buy. Mm-hmm. What if you could they had like a baby banshee thing that they were just walking around with, like it was a live animal. You know what I mean? Like they were pretending like it was like a live animal. How big was it? I mean, the one that goes on your shoulder is pretty small.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying that I think that's not meant to be the size of a banshee. I mean, banshees.
No,
big.
it's not. But I would, I'm
you think
assuming,
a baby banshee is actually that size?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm just coming up with ideas here.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a tough sort of scenario to kind of sit with. I mean, because so much stuff is already out there in full human size form.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, Figment at one point was a handheld thing, right? Like, the Dreamfinder used to walk around with Figment, right? And then now we have a full-size Figment that you can meet, which is great. But at the same time, it's like, but Figment is not like that size, though. Like,
well, okay. I mean, I guess you could argue Figment's any size he wants to be because
you know what?
Figment, so.
You know what, Trevor? You're right. That's true.
Sorry, I'm being technical, but technically Figment is what Figment wants to be.
You just went comic book guy on me from like Simpsons, right?
I totally did, and I'm okay with it.
Just actually,
no.
yeah,
actually,
yeah, you just, actually.
Now, I feel I need to see that the new movie Wish that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's some characters from that. Well, no. I mean, I think I don't know if it's going to be good, but I feel like to the point of what kind of stuff could you do in that same line of animatronics, there are some characters in that movie
that little
I feel
star
could. Yeah, exactly. Like those could translate over into an animatronic, right?
What's the cool the Ryla? That was good.
Rilo,
some stuff.
Oh yeah, Raya and the Lost Dragon. Yeah,
Raya. Why did I just say Rilo? I just combined Lilo and Raya.
Tuk-Tuk's the little.
Yeah, but he's like huge though in that movie. He's small in the beginning, but he's huge.
Yeah, but I mean, they could do the baby version of him for again, like
I don't know. I think the next movie that I watch is going to be the what's it called one, Inside Out or whatever.
Oh yeah, Inside Out 2.
Oh yeah.
I think that's probably going to be the next one I actually watch. There's nothing coming that has really piqued my interest. Or Toy Story 7. I'll have to watch that because I'm
Toy
just
Story
all in.
a million.
Yeah.
Are they gonna? I mean, they're not going to do any more Toy Stories, right? They haven't announced anything.
No, they are. Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah. What is it? 5?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. We talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked. They're doing another one. I forgot. Yeah.
You honestly think they're going to stop? That's funny.
They're never going to stop. No, they're never going to. They're no.
I mean, what do you think Frozen 4 is going to be about? Like, is it going to be some like Hunger Games sort of the Earth has been frozen over and we're competing in some sort of Hunger Games? I don't know.
That feels a little bleak for
with elementals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What's 3 going to be about? We don't even know what 3 is going to be about.
I don't think I've seen 2.
2's pretty good because it got some good songs in it. Yeah, it's good.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as memorable as the first one.
I probably did, but I don't remember it.
I mean, I have to say Lost in the Woods is the whole Lost in the Woods sequence is excellent. It's very 80s music video and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we should do our ad and then continue on.
Yep.
Unless there's any other ideas you guys have. I was going to throw out Rocket Raccoon, but that also might be difficult to do as a small animatronic. Would that be cool?
He's a
though?
little too spunky for.
You think that's what? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, if you can think of anybody else, I'm sure there's people we're missing. I mean, like pretty much any of like the animal sidekicks of all of the classic Disney movies, right? Like you could do any of them. I feel like
that's true. I mean, there is a whole untapped well of side characters that you could see walking around the parks.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this week our sponsor is DVC Resale Market, a World of DVC company who is the leader in the DVC resale industry with 13 former Disney Vacation Club guides and 3 former Disney Vacation Club quality assurance managers. If you're thinking of buying DVC, browse the largest selection of DVC resale listings anywhere with DVC experts on hand 7 days a week to answer your questions. If you're thinking of selling, turn to the friendly professionals at DVC Resale Market, where over 98% of listings sell within 30 days. In 2022, DVC Resale Market helped over 4,400 families join or add on to their memberships. Go to dvcresalemarket.com/welcome home or call 1-844-DVC-PROS, that's 382-7767. When we speak to them, be sure to let them know that Welcome Home sent you.
All right.
So I haven't been on. I wasn't on that episode. I mean, I just don't understand how we have this 0 down and like, I don't even get a shout out. Like, I don't get that. I think I was plugging that for years.
I thought we did say something about you on the show.
Oh, did you? I mean, I didn't listen to the show.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure is when they brought it up, I was like, oh, I wish Damon was here because he's been asking about this. Maybe I forgot to say it or whatever.
No, I don't know. I just want to make sure.
Well, we did mention it, but I know you were really busy that weekend, so I can understand how it got missed.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I get my credit for that somehow.
So you're saying So you're saying you need a a fee from DVC?
No,
from
I don't need a
Monera
fee or
for
anything.
coming up with this idea.
I feel like maybe a shirt. Like I take a shirt.
Okay.
Like,
A bucket
but I mean,
hat.
again, then Derek wouldn't say. He'd tell me, I tell him, hey, you can't send it, United States Postal Service, and then he would tell me he sent it United States Postal Service 5 times and I never got it. And I say, hey, man, if you just had sent it UPS or FedEx, I probably would have gotten it the first time. He would then ignore those emails, but then he would go back. Yeah, but I would get it eventually. Just like
Get it eventually.
Exactly.
You eventually got the hat. So
Eventually, I did get the hat, and the hat was nice. Like I was impressed by the hat.
It's a great hat.
Sorry,
Yeah.
That was just a little bit unhinged.
Just a little.
I
appreciate it. It's just I was like, "Whoa, where are we going?"
I'm going through these emails in my head, right? Like as we're talking about it, and I'm like, I remember that email. Okay, so the next thing is, and again, I guess I'll talk about the Cotino community, and they released some home designs and all that stuff, and I was very happy that Tom put it on the show, but. We talked extensively about this on Golden Button episode 2. So your best bet would be go over and check that out.
Yeah.
We don't cannibalize from our own show, so it's great to mention it, but go listen to that. We talked about that an awful lot.
Super modern, by the way. Like just
super modern,
modern, which I don't love. I'm not a big modern fan, but yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so go listen to go if you want to listen to commentary about that, go listen to the Golden Button episode about it. So
I guess so for people that haven't actually listened to, there's only 2 episodes out. It's going to be mostly when I can't attend the main show. That was kind of the goal, but then it kind of morphed into like, hey, we can do 30 minutes. It is 30 minutes, and we will cut ourselves off. I mean, it is strictly 30 minutes. And it's just another episode to listen to. I mean, it can come out whenever. We're hoping it comes out Fridays, but it is in addition to this show. And we will try not to talk about stuff that I know is coming versus, on the show on Sunday, on Thursday show. So it's going to be different information. It's not going to be a lot of crossover stuff.
Yeah, and of course there'd be different, obviously it seems like you're doing that show in a different way. And listen, this is going to sound bad. I just haven't had time to listen to either one of them.
Hey, that's okay.
It's not that I haven't wanted to. I just haven't had a chance. Go ahead, Trevor.
Listen to the first episode, and I mean, it definitely, I get what you're saying, Damon, that, it is a different pace and it is a different show. And I think it's good. I think it's good that people have, different ways they can listen to us, like they can hear you here or on the Golden Button. So
I mean, we record at a time that's not conducive to Tom or Trevor, but that's not to say that we won't eventually get them on.
Are we allowed
of course you are
on the show?
Absolutely. I mean, it's still under Welcome Home Podcast. The only thing that will stay consistent about that show is there is a what if section, kind of based on the old Marvel comic, right? And we try to do that every episode. So,
did you actually watch that series on Disney Plus or no?
I read the comic, so I don't need to watch any newfangled nonsense. Like what if number 1 through like what if number something. I don't know.
You really just say newfangled, David?
I did. I just said newfangled.
How old are you? My God.
I went on record. Newfangled.
Newfangled.
I mean, okay, you just comic book guide us there. But, but I do agree with you that, some of the like original comics when they get rehashed, you're just like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched a couple episodes of it and I liked it. I thought it was really cool. I mean, but to your point, I had
that animation style, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it does work some places because I watched the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that has, I feel like, that same sort of style. And that kind of worked. I mean, the worst part about that is there's a fly instead of Shredder. Like, that's whack. Like, but
you mean Baxter Stockman?
Is that who that was?
Yeah, he was in the original series, but he was like a later on.
Yeah, and again, like I'm OG, like 1 through 20. Like I don't want to see anything else. And the way that they kind of portrayed Splinter was not the same. I don't know. But the animation was actually pretty cool.
I'm actually surprised you like that, Damon, because I honestly, when I saw like the
normally
I was like
that.
I thought you were gonna hate it. Like I thought you were really gonna hate that animation style because it's really like
I usually do
very different.
There's also this other show which is definitely worth watching. It has this Indiana Jones vibe. It's called Curses. It's on Apple TV. It's animated, right? But it's got that same sort of vibe. in
You just
terms
ruined
of
it for me
why.
Because it's on Apple TV.
because it's on Apple.
Oh yeah,
TV.
sorry.
Yeah.
But it's got the same vibe in animation style like that, but a little bit cleaner. But it's all about like artifacts and Indiana Jonesy stuff, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor, even though
You don't have Apple TV up there, or you just don't subscribe to it.
I don't subscribe to it.
Okay.
We are not an Apple
So
in this house.
neither are we,
Yeah.
but I have Apple TV Plus because there's a couple shows I've watched.
Well, the thing is, you have Peanuts, right? Which is obviously worth watching, I feel like. But Trevor, I'm surprised because Mythic Quest is the epitome of
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't even know how else to explain it. It's literally like a comedy about making World of Warcraft, but it's not World of Warcraft, but even funnier and with
The Always
so many
Sunny
good
guys.
people in it.
Yeah, the Always Sunny's guys made it. It's Charlie Day and
Yeah.
And,
It's just so good. Like that's something that you should just do, like kind of what we do, right? Is you get like one service for like you have like a rotating service.
We do.
You got to rotate it over to Apple TV one time then.
It has to cross the threshold of there being enough shows for me to sit down.
Dude,
and watch
Mythic Quest is worth it by itself.
Honestly, I think Trevor, and this says a lot. I watched a lot of TV. I think maybe my favorite drama of all time is For All Mankind on Apple TV Plus. I love that show.
There's that. You also have
It was amazing.
And then what's the other one? There's
Severance was great. I love Severance.
Yeah. Severance is good too. Yeah, there's a lot.
You guys are just saying words right now that I don't even, like. You could be just making stuff up, and I'm
all right, Trevor. Okay, so For All Mankind is an alternate reality where the United States lands on the moon. Russia lands on the moon before the United States, and it goes into this whole alternate timeline of what space travel would be like. If that were to occur,
there's a lot of good stuff on there.
So good.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, that's the thing. Like you said, Damon. We do the same thing about rotating services because, like, I think every service has at least a handful of stuff that is worthwhile watching. And I don't deny that. Yeah, I'm sure there's great stuff on Apple TV. I've just always had a problem with Apple products, and I'll admit that actually part of it comes from the fact that as part of my job, people keep bringing Apple devices to us to like do IT support on, and I hate dealing with Apple stuff. So I just don't even want to. You
got to separate the two because there's a lot of good stuff on there.
I know.
I'm with you, Trevor. I'm with you.
Here's the thing: it's probably for the shows that are on it because you also have Ted Lasso, right? Like, which is also even if you're not a huge soccer fan, it's still really good to watch. The price is so low. It's like I can't even be mad.
Yeah,
I can't even be mad. The price is
the
so
main
low.
reason I got it is I got it for free. I have T-Mobile, and T-Mobile gives it to you for free, right? So that's how I started.
I think Verizon does too.
Yeah,
in one of their packages.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I ended up with it because I don't even think I pay for it. I still don't think I pay for it. So yeah.
Right, so we got some DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So we've got the lineup for. And I don't know about you guys. My family and I, we always watch the Christmas Day parade. We always do.
We kind of half watch them. Like
it's on in the
turn
background.
them on and then get distracted like 10 minutes in, kind of thing.
Yeah, no. So this is the Wonderful World of Disney Magical Holiday Celebration, which has DJ Khaled in it, which feels
DJ
weird.
Khaled doesn't match up with anybody in the list. Like DJ Khaled and the Smashing Pumpkins. Like,
listen, I'm pretty pumped about. I want to see Smashing Pumpkins do Silver Bells.
I mean, we got Robin Thicke, right?
Robin Thicke.
Okay.
They got
like
some big stars this year. Usually they have like one big star and then a whole bunch of nobodies.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's the Wonderful World of Disney Magical Holiday Celebration, and then the Christmas Day Parade has Smashing Pumpkins again and Meg Donnelly.
Yeah,
who I like.
Yeah, so they've also got Michael Bolton, and I don't know who Mickey Guyton is. I feel like maybe I should know who that is, but I don't. Andra Day and Adam Blackstone, again, people I don't know. Chris Jansen, don't know. Tori Kelly, don't know. I think I know who Chrissy Metz is. And then Smashing Pumpkins, Robin Thicke, and I.M. Tongi?
E.M. Tongi. He was...
there you go. Is he the one that does...
He won the last American Idol, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't watch American Idol, so I don't know.
But that's what always happens is like whoever wins... Yeah, I think it's American Idol. They always end up doing Disney promotion stuff.
Is there a Canadian Idol?
There is. It's okay. it's not as good as
Did you say Deckles? Did they say Deckles there?
Did they say Deckles?
I don't watch it, so I don't know.
This show, when they
Howie
started saying
Mandel is
Deckles,
on it though, so
threw me for such a
what it
loop,
is.
Trevor. The whole episode was about Deckles, and I was like, "What? I don't understand what that is." And then they explained what. I don't know. I couldn't get past it, man.
Okay.
That's pretty.
I love that show, though. By the way, I'm still all in on Corner Gas.
You're still
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
Corner Gas.
Yeah, I'm on
I
season
appreciate that.
out of 6.
Yeah.
And then I think I got to do the movie. And I told you, I started watching the animated series, didn't even realize the other series existed. So I stopped the animated series and I was like, no, I got to go back to the OG. Went back to the OG. And then I was like, I'm on season 5 out of 6. I'll watch the movie. I'll finish the animated series and I'll call myself, I don't know, honorary Canadian.
Honorary Canadian. Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
We'll share our Timmy's with you.
Timmy's. It is funny though, like when you so I just recently rewatched Seinfeld all the way through, and like, you know, like when you watch something through, like you almost like start doing like some of like the mannerisms or the sayings, or like, you know what I mean, like it just kind of like leaks into your daily life in a weird way. I don't know if that happens to you guys. It happens to me all the time.
No, the biggest thing for Seinfeld during like my current watching of Seinfeld is just the episode that just sticks in my mind the most is when, what's his name? The dude that's the head of NBC gets sick, and then they're over there and his daughter comes in.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow, I get that now. Right. Like I have a daughter. Like I understand. Like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's also,
that.
you know, you just watch that show too, and you're just like, you know, all like basically this entire show wouldn't exist if they just had cell phones, like because like this could solve like almost all of their problems.
It's very period centric.
Oh, it is. Remember when they're calling China for George's hair growth form?
Yeah.
Like, just,
exactly, yeah. Or when I mean,
a lot of shows wouldn't exist if there were cell phones, though.
No, that's true. It's just so many of like the mishaps they get into are specifically because they can't communicate with each other at the moment. So
or get on the phone and like I hit their website and did something. And,
yeah, exactly.
like,
I mean, I'm sure they could do some stuff with like, you know, if it were to get revived one day, which it probably won't, but if it were, like, you know, they could do some funny stuff with, you know, cell phones and the internet and stuff. But there was even just an episode with Jerry being like, what is email? Like, what is this email thing? Like, she's talking about it, like, doesn't know what email is. And I'm like, man, this show is older than I forgot. I forgot how old it was. You know, like,
the 90s were longer. It was way longer ago in the 90s than you think. Like we always think that like it was like that was like 10 years ago, but it's really like
30,
almost 25 years ago that show came out.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. So anyway,
all right, so I get to go now, right?
Why? Because I put food on here.
Yeah, and I refuse.
But okay, just before you go, I'm still hung up on what a Smashing Pumpkins holiday song would sound like because apparently
you're about to find out.
Yeah, they're debuting a brand new original holiday song from a band that I would never
imagine having a holiday song.
Yeah, like again, but I'm also like, this is the problem: is my head is stuck in the '90s with Smashing Pumpkins. Like all I can hear is Today playing in my head. I
want to do my Smashing Pumpkins impression, but I just feel like I can't do it right now. I don't know.
I think we'll ruin.
We'll be okay with you not doing it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it too. I'm just imagining them singing. What do they have on this list? They have Silver Bells. They're gonna do Silver Bells too. Like,
which again is like such a weird song to pick.
I know, for Smashing Pumpkins of all things, like, right?
Yeah,
I don't know, really weird. But I'm gonna tune in just for that. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'll check that out. What were we going to say, Damon?
Okay.
Oh, no, you're talking about food now. I can go.
Yeah, it's okay.
Damon is leaving for the food section.
So
we're only going to talk briefly.
For the 5 people that are super excited about food can be all in on this and post 10 times about it.
There was a lot of people that were.
Dude, there's not a lot of people. Like, I don't understand.
Is that what happened?
Do you get how math works? There's not a lot of people, man.
Well, there weren't that many people that voted on the poll, but of the people that voted on the poll, like the majority said they liked Food Talk. So,
but it's still the amount of people that voted.
Yeah, but I mean, I have to extrapolate that out to the whole audience.
It is not real data to extrapolate, my friend.
It's fair. But it doesn't prove your point either, though.
Excuse me?
There are people that don't like it, right? But I'm just saying it doesn't prove your point either about them not liking it.
No, my point is I don't like it. I think it's stupid. Like,
and
not
that's
anybody
fine,
else.
but
Like,
you don't have to
for
like
me
it.
personally. No, I agree. I just don't care for it. So, like, I'm just fooded out.
That's fair.
I'm trying that now. It's more of a point proven. I'm trying to never, ever, ever in the next 10 years of the show ever talk about food unless I'm there and I eat it. That's the caveat.
So so you have to eat it. You can't even like preview stuff that you may eat.
Nope.
But don't end up eating.
Nope.
I am waiting for the Festival of the Arts food stuff because I am actually going to be.
And you can talk about it when you come back. Absolutely.
Exactly. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have fun with that, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
I was going to say Trevor doesn't need a Thanksgiving.
No, and I'm trying. I'm gonna try to make that apple butter pie. Every year, I tell my family, I ask for like what people are making on the group because I just want to know if there's any good ideas. And so the two things this year that are going to be new are the apple butter pie. We're doing that, and then from when we went to Food and Wine, sweet corn brulee.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to try to pull that off. We'll see how it
torch. You got the torches?
Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry.
You can get those on Amazon in like a day.
Oh, we have one anyway, so we're good. So we'll see how that comes out. I'll let everybody know.
Do some bruleeing. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Fine. Get out of here, Damon. We're not going to talk a lot about food because we have been trying to limit the food talk, right? So
yeah, and we are coming close to the end of the episode too. So.
Yeah, exactly. So Disney Festival of Holidays at Disneyland Resort. I just scrolled through here really quickly, right? And the thing that stands out to me right away is the savory kugel mac and cheese with herb breadcrumbs, sour cream, and chives. That sounds awesome.
You mean like
delicious.
The very first picture?
The very first picture, Trevor. I know it makes it seem like I didn't scroll through, but I just thought that sounded delicious and looked delicious.
Okay.
You're not feeling it?
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks okay, but I was more looking at the barbacoa
tamales. Yeah. Oh, it's just barbacoa tamal de. Okay.
De res, yeah. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but yeah, it looks like a barbacoa tamale, which I'm sure would be really good.
I'm also looking at this chocolate tart made with Twix, and it's a sugar tart filled with caramel, chocolate mousse, and topped with Twixes. Twix? Is Twix the plural of Twix?
I think Twix is the plural of Twix. Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like it should be Twixes, but whatever.
There's too many S's.
Twixes.
Okay, I have to give special mention to the least festival looking thing. I guess I don't get it. Is a Togarashi Karage chicken slider with furikake mayo slaw on a Hawaiian roll. This is like,
it's kind of out there.
Nothing to do with holiday anything. I think they just like, and we have this thing that we want to try.
We've got this thing. Let's throw it out there. Maybe it has some sort of cultural significance that we're not aware of, Trevor.
I mean, they do celebrate, or like there is like holiday celebration in Japan. And this is a very like these are a lot of Japanese words for a slider, which they're obviously trying to do a lot of international stuff here, which is good. Like, show off, different international dishes and whatnot. It's just, it just feels a little out of place because everything else is like talking about Christmas. And then it's just like, and here's this slider.
And here's this random slider with a lot of weird words in it that we don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they could have at least like put holiday sprinkles on it, like the Twix thing. Yeah.
They could have done that. Yeah. That would have been nice. So we've got also too here the foodie guide to the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays. And I'm not going to do their plug for their sponsor, but a lot of this stuff is repeat stuff. So I just want to find something new that's jumping out to me here. That's what, because most of this stuff is stuff they've already had, right? Like,
yeah, I wish that they actually separated out the new stuff because it's very hard to.
That would be kind of nice, actually. Yeah. Well, some of these whole booths are new, though, right? So, like, they have the whole new booths. So, like, for example, the Swirled Showcase, that one has, when we talked about this one a couple weeks ago, the liquid nitro cake with the I don't want to say steaming because it's not steam, I guess smoking, Yeah.
It's like evaporating.
Evaporate. Okay, well, that's a way to use the correct science term. Trevor, I thought of you the other day because I was on a plane and I was the pilot came on and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, we're flying into Newark, New Jersey, which is where I was flying to, and he said the current weather is 12 degrees, and he goes, that would be in centigrade. He goes, if we convert that over to Fahrenheit, and I was just like, it's like, that was weird that he just decided to do it in Celsius. But anyway. I thought of you for that. I don't know why we just thought of that right now. I guess because we're talking about sciencey stuff, but I'm tired. It's been a long day, man. I drove all day.
I appreciate you hanging on as long as you have here. I know you've been.
It's been a day, man. It's been a day, and I got stuff going on all weekend here and all week. Really, it's gonna be an interesting week. So, anyway, anything else in here jump out to you that you're like, I want to eat that?
I mean, that mint chocolate mousse wreath.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about that because that's cool.
That is incredibly festive. Like that's about as festive as you can get, I feel like. And it's like that, like it's not even like a natural green. This is like Incredible Hulk green.
Yeah.
Mousse. Which
I have the texture on that though, man. Like it just looks so out there and so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the way they did the swirl on it, right? Like however they hype that, it looks just like you'd swear
don't even understand how they did it. Like, how did they even do that? Yeah. Like, I don't even understand it.
I feel like it's like they probably got like a big machine or something. Like I feel like it's not something that you would hand pipe.
Done by hand, yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at it. I was like, well, shouldn't there be like if they did it like in a circle, like wouldn't there be a seam somewhere? But there doesn't seem to be any seam.
Or it's probably on the underside, which is probably why they layered it on that nice. It looks like a cookie, something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. All I know is that it looks incredibly cool.
And the thing is, like when you look at it, it almost looks like a donut.
It does.
But then when you realize it's a mousse, like I'm just imagining like when you bite into mousse, right? Like it's just like soft and
I actually, when I first saw the picture, I thought it was like some sort of cake or a donut or something, Trevor. So it's interesting now that we see that it's that. I also too, just looking at all four of these, an apple caramel crumb cake, which I love apple pie. I love anything that's apple caramel. Like, give me all of that, like all the time. And then also the chocolate covered toffee brittle. Oh, I love toffee brittle. I love that.
Yeah.
Throw some chocolate on there.
The other one that's standing out is the peppermint pinwheel cookie. And again, I'm not like, I have a hard time with like, I wouldn't line up for a cookie in Disney because I feel like there's so many more things to enjoy than just a cookie, but it's a peppermint cookie, which I feel like peppermint can be really good or really bad. And I feel like Disney would do well with it. And again, it's just, I think the thing that's sucking me in is that visually it's just so striking because they've got like the white dough with the bright red. And it's just like, it's hitting you over the head with Christmas, right?
It really is. So many of these things are, right?
I'm here for it. I like, if you're going to do Christmas, do Christmas. Don't do like, we kind of did something like hit it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree. So I'm just scrolling down a little bit more here and I see this. What?
Sorry, I forgot about the sushi tree.
The sushi tree.
did you see that?
Did we see that previously?
Yeah, that was a repeat. That was last year. But it's just so funny that they made a little Christmas tree out of sushi. It's great.
The only other one that I was going to mention is over at the I don't know why I just wanted to say Tuscany Holiday Kitchen. Mm-hmm. They have all new food items there, and I was looking at the this flourless chocolate torta with a chocolate sauce and vanilla cream. That looks delicious to me.
It looks like the plate is made of the same material. Like it looks like the plate is made of chocolate in the picture.
It does, right? You would have thought that as a photographer, you'd be like, hey, maybe we should get a plate that contrasts with the dish. So it doesn't
put it on like a nice,
really blends in. Yeah.
Whiter cream colored plate so you can really show it off. But no.
Yeah.
Put it on a chocolate colored plate.
Chocolate color. Let's make it look like it's all the same thing. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, there's some good looking stuff here. Nothing too, out there that really jumps out, I think, to me. They have some new stuff, but they mostly kept the same stuff year over year here. So although there's some stuff over here at the Las Posadas Holiday Kitchen, which I'm gonna guess is over somewhere by Mexico. Just a guess. I don't know.
I think it's a fair guess.
It's a fair guess, right? Fair guess. Yeah. So you got that. But yeah, listen, I unfortunately I'm not going to get to try any of this stuff because this is all over at Epcot. But I'm sure there's some.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess, you're not going to be at Epcot, and this stuff's not coming. Or is this available now, or is this like in a couple of weeks? I feel like.
I think it's now, right? No, does it say? Did the festival start yet? I don't remember. I'm still like out of the loop.
From November 24th to December 30th.
So like a week from now, basically.
So again, you're still going to miss it though, right?
Oh yeah, definitely going to miss it. So, but I'm not going to be at Epcot anyway, so yeah, doesn't matter. This is all Epcot. All right, let's wrap this thing up.
All right. I need to remember how to do this because we took a week off and
you just forget how to do everything.
Forget how all of this works. So
yep, that's what happens.
So okay, I'll try and get through this. Sorry if I screw it up, but as usual, if you guys want to reach out to us, you can always find us at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. We love getting your questions. People put listener questions in for the show. People share their own trip reports. People sometimes ask us. We've had people ask about taking trips elsewhere because we had somebody ask even about like taking trips to Western Canada because I live here, and they wanted to know some things. So we don't just have to answer your questions about Disney. We can talk about other things too. We just love hearing from you guys. And so please submit us questions and all that. If you would like to follow us on social media, you can find us on Facebook as Welcome Home Podcast. You can find us on YouTube as Welcome Home Podcast. And you can find us on Instagram as Welcome Home Pics. Make sure on Facebook that you check out our group called Welcome Home Disney Waitlist. And again, we take listener questions from there for the show, but then also we get lots of great conversations. People talk about the show in there. People ask about, stuff they're planning for their own trips. And it's not just us that comment in there. We have a lot of great listeners that are frankly more experts on some of these things than we are. So, please join the group because it's a great group of people to come and talk about Disney with. So, make sure you check that out. And if you'd like to help support the show, you can go to store.welcomehomepodcast.com and check out our different shirts. We have the golden button shirt that will only be available until December. So we've really only got it here for a couple more weeks. So if you're wanting a golden button shirt, make sure you get it before it disappears. Maybe forever. Don't know yet.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's going to go into the Welcome Home vault.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a vault and it's going to go in the vault.
Bob Chapek also created our vault too, just so you know.
Yeah.
If you want to know, he created the Disney vault and he also created our vault.
No, we didn't.
No, we can't afford
it. So also we do have the new logo shirts on there. So make sure you check that out if you're looking for some shirts or merchandise for when you plan your next trip down to the parks. And also, if you would like to support the show through Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/welcomehomepod. Check out our different levels of Patreon support there. They all have exclusive rewards that you can only get on Patreon. You can't get them through the store. And Patreon supporters get a 15% discount in the store. And they also get access to the Discord server, which is yet another place that we chat with our listeners. We talk about the shows. We talk about Disney news and just stuff in general. Again, lots of great conversations that go on in there with just people who are fans of Disney. So, please come check us out there as well. Last but not least, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, leave us a 5-star review because it does help more people find the show. And we just like seeing all the stars. Stars are pretty.
Christmas. Yeah, it makes me happy.
Christmas is coming. We like to see all the twinkly stars. So,
if you want to give me a Christmas gift this year, give me a 5-star review. That would be nice.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it does, really, truthfully. Yeah.
And also, if you'd like to leave a review on iTunes, you can do that too. I know I just voiced my distaste for Apple products, but we still do have this show on iTunes. You know, it's not all about me, obviously.
You kind of have to. You can't not have your podcast on Apple, right? So
exactly, and that's fine. But you know, if you leave us a review on iTunes, we do read them on the show. I don't know. I don't think we've had any new ones.
Not since the last one I read. So no. But you know, besides reviewing us, also don't forget to subscribe to Welcome Home Podcast, because as Trevor was talking about, there's certain things in the internet world, the algorithms that dictate all of these things, that help us out a lot. Those two things are reviews and subscriptions. So subscribe to us if you haven't done so. If you're a regular listener and you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. You know, it's great to do. You can be reminded every time we release a new episode. You can even auto-download us if you want to, like if you want to get really cool about it. So you can find our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, and YouTube Music, just about any podcast app available. You can find us. Just search for Welcome Home. Just a reminder to our listeners, Welcome Home Podcast is for entertainment only. We are not employed by the Walt Disney Company, and as such, all opinions we express in the show are our own. So please consult a DVC representative or Disney cast member for more information about anything we talked about today. Huge thank you to the sponsor of this episode, DVC Resale Market, for sponsoring this episode, and also just, you know, continuing to be huge supporters of the show and being just awesome friends to us. So please check them out for anything DVC related. Join us next time for more Disney Parks discussion, of course, more DVC talk. We hope to see you all real soon.
This is Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Do a huddle when we hit its hair. How she can cuddle is no man's affair. I looked around from pole to pole, found her in a sugar bowl.